Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Nick Trigili here. You're watching the Bodybuilding Coach, where we discuss training, supplements, and nutrition. I got a special one for you guys today. It's about the 5 mistakes that are commonly made by beginners or even somebody that's a veteran. I mean, we all forget things after a while. We all get tunnel vision after a while. But yeah, so I got 5 things for you. Not in any particular order. I'm just going to name the 5 things that I feel that are huge components for having long-term success in bodybuilding / fitness, this lifestyle. You don't have to be a bodybuilder. These don't pertain just to bodybuilders. The first thing I want to talk about is balance. Now, this could also be a slash over training, okay, or a hyphen. Could be the same thing. Now, when I say balance, I don't mean balancing your workout routine. I mean balancing your life. Do not forget about your friends and family. Don't forget about your work life. Don't forget about your pets at home. Don't forget about your, doing your laundry and having relationships still and going out, having a drink or two, go to a dinner, because, restaurants don't all have bad food. You can eat out. It's 2019 now. You can eat out and have a good meal. For Christ's sake, don't make this all about you, okay? Your journey should be done with friends and family. You should share this with people. You shouldn't be driving home from a bodybuilding show that you just won with you and your trophy. That's a very lonely feeling, an unsettling feeling, a hollow feeling inside your gut. You want to be able to share this experience with people. Don't make people hate it. Don't make them hate you because you love something so much and you're literally putting your 24/7 your time dedicated to this. You can have balance and still be an exceptional athlete. So I think this is the number one thing that really I see people doing. But it's not number one on my list here, but this is the number one thing I see a lot of people doing. And they get burnt out. They don't want to be involved with the sport anymore. They're the first ones to say, oh, that sport's terrible, oh, this and that. And they're very negative people. Listen, the reason I've had such longevity in this sport is because I took time off when I needed it from the gym. If I had an injury, I would take off. If I went on vacation, I wanted to go on vacation. If I wanted to go out Friday night, I would go out Friday night. If I wanted to have a couple of drinks on Tuesday night, I would have a couple of drinks. You got to have balance with everything. You can't just live in your house by yourself and doing your 9-to-5 job and going to the gym and not bothering anybody because you're in prep or because you're in off-season mode. That is not an excuse to turn off your life. We have professional sports all across the world. No one does that. Everybody lives their life perfectly fine. Bodybuilding is not any different than any other sport. Maybe because we have drugs involved, but that's about it. But other than that, we all can live our life still and go to the gym. It's not something that should shut down our personal life. Number 2, I want to talk about repetitive exercises, changing exercises. People get in these routines for 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 months at a time and don't change any exercises. Your body adapts, okay? Your body has a process in which it has an adaptation, adapts to whatever it's doing. So, but as you get older, this only gets worse. And it gets harder to make progress and gains in the gym because your body adapts very easily. So over time, you need to change exercise. You cannot squat every week. You can't squat every month. You can't squat for 3 months straight and just accept that there's going to be gains every single time. The term progressive overload, saying that you need to get stronger in the gym, eventually there's a cap, okay? You can't keep getting stronger for your entire life. So eventually your body's going to adapt and bottom out on that. So with that being said, you need to change exercises up. You need to change angles up. You need to do different exercises, use machines, use cables, use free weights. You can't be in this hardcore mode all the time that I have to squat every week, I have to deadlift every week, I have to bench every week to make gains. That is not true. We've proven this time over time again with science that you can grow just as well with machines and dumbbells and cables and everything else. It's all about the process of which you apply the intensity to the exercise. As you're in the gym, I see people get stuck in routines because they don't want to change exercise because they feel like those are the best exercises. But the body is going to understand that you are doing something repetitively, and that same muscle is going to get tirelessly drawn out and get injured eventually because of you repetitively using that muscle day in and day out in the gym with the same exercises. This is where nagging injuries start coming along. This is where you get tendonitis, arthritis, pinched nerves, because you're repeatedly strengthening one muscle at a time, whatever muscles those are, at a time, and not strengthening everything else surrounding the surrounding area. You need new angles. You need do different exercises in the gym. Do not get stuck in this routine of months and months and months of doing the same stuff. I usually change my routine for my clients every like 3 to 4 weeks. That's usually where I go. Every 30 to 45 days, I think after that, then my body gets kind of used to something. This is a good one. Trying to look hardcore on social media. Now, everybody loves social media, and it's a great platform to learn. Hell, I'm on social media every day. This is where I build a lot of my business from. But I don't try to look hardcore. What I mean is, don't go to the gym if you have injuries and try to do a PR for a squat or a deadlift when your back hurts, or a bench press when your chest hurts. Social media is not the end-all, be-all result to your success in life. Success still comes from outside the world, okay? You can have social media success, yes, but you can also have real success in real life. So if you have injuries, don't push it and try to be hardcore that week. Don't try just do it just for the gram or for Facebook or for your YouTube channel. 1 week off is not going to change anything as far as your progress goes in life or social media progress. And don't put your body at risk just to do a special lift that week because you feel like your fans are going to, leave you or whatever the reason is. You're going to fall out on the algorithms. Like, nothing's going to change your life, I promise you. And it's going to change for the better if you don't force your body to do something that's probably telling you that it's not to do. Those are signs, okay? If it's a pain, that's an uncomfortable pain, that's a negative pain, you should probably avoid doing those lifts. If it's a normal pain and you can deal with it, where it's not in a negative zone, then, obviously go about your thing. But you need to take the time off necessary. Don't try to do it for Instagram or Facebook or social media. It's not necessary. It's not important. Okay, worry about your real life. So 2 more. I hope these are good for you guys. Let's talk about overeating. Okay, this is a huge, huge problem. And I'm going to talk from experience because I had this problem as a bodybuilder. And now I'm trying to teach my guys, my clients, the same thing, that every week when they check in, they want to add more food or they want to add this, they want to add that. I say, and I always tell them, where is this going to end? Eventually, you can't be eating 20 ounces of protein a meal and eating 1,000 grams of protein a day. Your body can only absorb so much. It's a very common mistake that so many people make, even amateurs and veterans of the sport, because they get stuck in this tunnel vision that maybe I'm not eating enough. That's why I'm not growing. No, it's probably because you're not eating the right foods to absorb for your body to make your body work in an efficient manner. Nutrient timing is everything with foods. If nutrient timing is off, the body's not going to be able to perform. And what I mean by nutrient timing is having the macros at the right time. Your proteins, your fats, your carbs, making sure the body's insulin sensitive at the right times, making sure you're replenishing nutrients that you lose after you train, make sure you're priming the body before you train. All these things matter if you're trying to be a bodybuilder. There's a science to it. You can't just throw things at the wall and hope they all stick. You can't just eat excessive amounts of food every day, order Chinese food for the day, and expect you're going to grow. That is not how you build a physique. That's just overcompensating, overeating for no apparent reason. Your body is not going to store it. Your body is not going to be able to absorb it. Your body is not going to respond to that. You need to find out what the right formula is for your body, for your goal, and nail it, and not just guess. Okay, guessing doesn't get you anywhere. Things are exact in this world. It's a science. Exact numbers work. Exact formulas work. So once you figure it out, that's when the body's going to respond. Just eating massive amounts of cheeseburgers and hot dogs and whatever else and potatoes and rice and steaks all day long is not going to get you big, I promise. That statement, eat big, get big, is so off, it's not even funny. It's not even close to being true. Because if that was the case, we'd all be 300-pound bodybuilders jacked out of our mind. And that's not really the case. So make sure you guys figure this out and do it the proper way. Make sure you're not going to push yourself into having digestive problems, leaky gut, digestive tract issues where you have really bad acid reflux, But maybe you pick up some type of bacteria infection from all the food you're eating. Like, there's so many things that can happen from eating too much food, not the right foods. Last thing is the logbook, okay? I swear, if I see one more logbook in the gym, and you're trying to be a bodybuilder and not a power lifter, I don't know what I'm going to tell you, because it's very frustrating to see people use logbooks still. If you want to document your progress, your height, weight, your way you look, fine, I get it. Documenting how much weight you do for per exercise, every week in the gym is not going to get you any more. It's not going to further your career anymore in bodybuilding by having that. Those numbers are irrelevant. What you did last week has nothing to do with this week's progress. So throw it out. Okay? If you want to keep a track of the exercise you do, maybe like map it out once and have it and follow it, I totally understand, because that's what I do as a coach. But to write down every rep scheme that you did, to document it for whatever reason, to follow up last week to see where you are, doesn't mean anything. Just because maybe you did 50 pounds less this week doesn't mean you're getting weaker, you're not making progress. The body's a very tricky thing. Our body's not going to be as efficient as it was every single week. We're not programmed like that. There's so many variables that go into that. Your sleeping, your work ethic, your nutrients that day, how your body's recovered, how hard was the workout from the previous day. There's so many variables, so you cannot use that as a guide to make gains in bodybuilding. What makes gains in bodybuilding is just going in the gym with your hoodie on, headphones on, and training hard and right and smart, and doing the exercises properly with proper form, proper contraction, and proper range of motion. The weight is irrelevant in bodybuilding, okay? If 50 pounds feels heavy this week, then that's what you use. If you used 90 last week, so what? It doesn't mean that you're being anything less of a bodybuilder. Okay? That just means this week that 50 pounds is heavy. That's all it means. You will get just as much response out of the body if you're focusing on those three things I just named. So do not get caught up in this logbook. Don't get caught up on making progress through a logbook. That's an old school method. If you're trying to track your numbers for PRs, for powerlifting or something like that, I understand. But bodybuilding and trying to make progress with your physique and improving your body the way it looks is all irrelevant to what you're trying to do in the gym. So I hope you guys like and subscribe to this video. My name is Nick Trigili. Make sure you follow me on Nick World Class on Instagram. And thanks again for listening, guys. Signing out.